Wholeness, wholeness, and bliss to you. Okay, so the other day I did a video on the law of vibration, and I went into the depth of this symbol, the Vesica Pisces. I did not draw that really well, but y'all know what I'm saying. And I explained that you see this symbol a lot of places because it's a law. That's why you see it in science, and they gave it to you in language arts, compare and contrast bubbles, blah, blah, blah. I go through a lot of that in that same video, right? The law of vibration video. And I explain so many concepts using this one symbol. Now, what's interesting is a lot of us are coming from the space of Christianity or still within Christianity, whatever, right? And the Bible is written in Hebrew and Greek, right? So lots of us know John 1:1, and it says, in the beginning, there was God, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. Okay? If we were reading that in the language that it was written before the translation, right? It would say, in the beginning, there was the Logos, and the Logos was God, and the Logos was with God. Okay? So connect that to your MasterCard and your Gucci logo. Same shit. With Gucci, they just erase here on the outsides and give you a line right here, and it becomes a G. Okay, so in the beginning, there was the Logos, and the Logos was God, and the Logos was with God. And they took that from Logos and put word there. In the beginning, there was the word. There was the Logos. So this Logos is vibrating information. Words, if you will, in a way. Right? Now, switch right quick. When you become aware of a pattern, some of us are really being guided through the depths of shadow work right now. And that's basically becoming aware of the subconscious patterns that are actually in the driver's seat of your life and updating or coming around to the actual truth of yourself, and not like the truth, how you feel about yourself because of emotional learning or traumas or whatever the case is, the actual truth of yourself. And that's why you'll hear terms like imposter syndrome and things like that, which I have heavily been in, right? Now, I have become aware of my patterns through this time. And then I would do even deeper work and become aware of the reason for the pattern. That's even deeper, right? But I want to let you know that awareness of the pattern and even becoming aware of why the pattern exists does not equal an immediate pattern change. Nope. And then once you change the actual pattern, there will become a test to see if you truly are vibrating the new space you say you claim that you are, right? So in that video, I explained that vibration is the action that occurs when two polarities meet. Okay, so let's say I am this polarity, right? By the way, ancient civilizations, when they wanted to use a symbol to express God, they used the circle. Okay, now, so let's say, right, that this is my polarity or my new pattern change, right, that I'm attempting, the new vibration that I'm showing up in life with. Because remember, this is also now connected to the law of attraction, which works based on your vibration, more of your feeling than what you're saying. Okay, so say I'm vibrating this new vibration. There's going to be a polarity that comes in that begins to challenge that vibration. This is the space of the challenge, right? And you are either going to actually stand in your polarity of what it is and either absorb the other one inside of you as well, or you will individuate, right? Because that you might not want to mix those. Remember, it's a vibration that's going to occur when they do. So that's why sometimes people, when we can't get along with one another, we will refer to each other as oil and water because they don't mix. They don't mix. Right? So it either gets pushed out, or sometimes that other vibration can come in and envelop you completely. Right? So that would mean that the pattern change you claimed wasn't truly the space you were vibrating in. How we put it, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for everything because it will take over and you can't vibrate out the truth of the space of what you're really in. So a vibration change, or I'm sorry, a pattern change or awareness is not the true polarity until it's vibrating beyond the test, through the test. It just is what it is. This would equal your I motherfucking am. Are you really? So if you think it's simply about the word, maybe that's why some of these words have been translated the way they have been translated. Because I've been explaining that language and the way we talk about something helps us to visualize something, right? So maybe that there were certain translations given to you so that your visualization is slightly off and maybe not a whole view of it so that you could truly understand it and truly vibrate whatever you're choosing to vibrate as your I am. Even further through the law of vibration, simply through a symbol, because I told you these shits are talking. They're talking. So if, right, I had found in this same book where I used to be literally creating my own mandalas, and I'm like, oh shit, bitch, I really need to get back. But that's why if you stare at mandalas, or there are certain things that work directly with the subconscious because it's going past all that other shit, the programming, everything else. A lot of times they're these symbols. So if symbols are speaking and can hold that amount of knowledge, and we are not aware of the symbols and feel like the symbols strictly belong to craft, instead of understanding that these are a law, then what you receive is not vibrating the power of the space because it's an actual law. So if you want to and you will end up like thinking that the power is in the people that practice the craft, when really they just have awareness on how the symbols are being used. And if I was at war, I would think I would want to understand what could possibly be used as a weapon against me. Okay, so any questions, again, please refer to that first video because I will not be answering them if that video did. Love you.